rookie to the game, but they won't know me for my overdose. They'll know me for my name.
It's your favorite unapologetic lesbian, back with another one. This time we've got a Ryan Upchurch video with his thoughts and what he thinks pyramids really are. I said it in my last church video. I like when he sits down and goes one-on-one with us and gives us the thoughts in his head and gives us just a little bit of that knowledge in his head. It makes your brain work. It makes your mind open up. And again, even if you disagree with him, like he said in the last video, it's a great way to start conversation with people. You know, social media has made us to where we don't know how to interact with human beings, out in the real world. And conversations like these, that's how you can have conversations out in the world with people and not online. So, I'm curious to know what his thoughts are and what he believes the pyramids are. So, let's get into this video.
History Channel the other day, and I'm watching this dude with this hair like this, and he's like, going across the country to find artifacts of ancient Egyptians. Meets up with a guy at Waffle House, and the dude shows him a rock, and he's like, look, I brought a magnet. So he puts it over it, and it spins, and all this other shit, and I was like, what the fuck am I watching? And at the end, it was like, oh yeah, by the way, it was like, the rock thing was a hoax. And the guy was like, I did not find any artifacts in Egypt. It's like, bro, the sign in the background says you're in fucking Texas. What the fuck? So I'm like, what channel is this on? I click it, and it's like the History Channel. I'm like, what? This motherfucker done got a YMCA anthropologist outfit. Pulled off on an exit in Texarkana. He said, look at this Lowe's. Pulled over at the Lowe's. Met a guy on Facebook Marketplace who had a fossil rock. I found a man with a fossil rock. And was selling it for 40. Made me a Waffle House. He had History Channel stuff to do. So after I cut it off, because I was losing brain cells, I was like, man, what is the pyramid? Like, what is it? There's so many opinions on what it could be, but the reasons don't make sense to me. Like harvesting grain. Come on, Zane. A mausoleum, a tomb, casket, whatever you want to call it. A thing for dead people. I mean, there might have been some people squished in the making of it, maybe, but you know, I don't think it was exactly designed for him. Some think it's a map or a compass or a sundial or it's perfectly aligned with the stars, all kind of stuff. And listen, I'm not dictating what anyone thinks. You can think whatever you want. I mean, obviously no one really knows, so any suggestion is good, but I don't think it's any of those things, and I'll tell you why. So I thought about the idea of it being used to harvest grain. And I was like, why? If it used to be in a plush rainforest, I don't think you would need it to harvest grain. Plus, if they were used for harvesting grain, why would you make the pyramids so close to a river that could possibly flood and ruin all your grains? I thought about it being some sort of sundial, but why would you build multiple sundials to tell the same time? And yeah, I know, there's pyramids all over the place, and they, you know, they're at a different time or whatever. But I'm talking about there's different size pyramids in a cluster of each other, all built beside each other, kind of. Why would you do that? I don't think you would. You would figuratively be wasting time. And as far as aligning with the stars perfectly, we've only been to the moon like 0 times. I don't think you could measure.
Facts, actually. The moon. I do not believe we made it to the moon. I mean, when did we go to the moon? When was that quote-unquote live footage? And about that, was Neil Armstrong really, was Neil Armstrong really the first person to land on the moon? Like, step on the moon? Think about it. Somebody with a camera was recording him come down the steps. So obviously Neil Armstrong was not the first person on the moon. The cameraman was. And just all about that, the Hodgins twins, I watched a video of them, and they said that one of them said that it was a very, very low budget, B-rated horror movie. Or sci-fi movie. And I agree. Looking back at it now, the video footage, back then, yes, it's not like it is today. But why lie about simple shit like that? And even with that, technology has came well far since then. Why haven't we not went back? We went one time. Why have we not been back? And technology has came so advanced since the original landing on the moon.
The stars aligned with stacked up stones on Earth. I mean, come on, son. Come on, son. I could walk anywhere in the entire world. When the sun's up, if I hold my finger up, it aligns with the sun. Oh my God. Also seen an idea someone had where they thought it was used for like transferring light, like around the facility, like when the sun was going down, the sun could still provide the light bouncing off the pyramids and this, that, and the other. But you would have more light building one pyramid than building multiple ones, because the sun can only be in direct light of one of them. And if there was other pyramids, as the sun moved, it would actually cast shadows on spots where there wouldn't be shadows if they didn't build them there. So I think the light thing is out of it for me. As far as it being some sort of mausoleum or casket type thing, tomb, whatever you want to call it, absolutely not. It hasn't found enough people in them for me. Not to mention, if a huge civilization lived there over long periods of time, where'd they bury the rest of the people that built the pyramid? Wouldn't they be built in the pyramid too, as the people who helped build this thing that lived in the community? There would at least be like a handful, like a dozen, with swords and stuff. The last idea that I'm gonna talk about that I seen somebody have an idea that it was a spaceship that was going to take off. Now I ain't hating, but I don't think it is a spaceship at all, whatsoever, ever, never, ever. If a pyramid is a UFO, how come we've never seen any UFOs like the pyramids? I'm sure there's one now, because now since I've said this, and it's a video, and someone else has probably said the same thing, AI has probably generated photos of pyramid UFOs. But 99% of our entire life, I think the pyramids are one of two things. The most indestructible house ever made to this day, for certain reasons, or the pyramid itself is a hieroglyph. And people are missing the point of the hieroglyph because they're just going inside the hieroglyph to read the hieroglyphs. Think about this. Alright, so look, if you're building a house, let's say you're building a house on like a little slope or something, right? Just for example. And here's your foundation. Here's your house. Here's your roof. If the rain falls, or if where you're at holds water, it's going to go down this hill, or stay stagnant if you're on a flatter area. And this rainfall, or water source, is going to rot out your foundation of your house, right? And you're going to have to dig this shit out, repair it again, and all that stuff with your house on top of all this shit. But if you built a French drain around your house, rainfall, hit, goes to the French drain, the foundation, and down the hill. Alright, now, here's your modern house. Here's the roof. Here is every pyramid ever. Do you see what I see? They thought outside the box, way outside the box. So outside the box, they got rid of the structure of a box. and just used a triangle. Now look, if the rain falls, it is not penetrable to the pyramid. And guess what? It's pushed away. Now, you know how they say underneath pyramids, there's like little chutes and places that went to other places and yada, yada, yada. Now, don't forget, by every pyramid is what? A flow of water. There's always a flow of water nearby. There's your natural French drain. Alright? Not only that, if something happens and this place does flood, well look, the pyramid's already acting as a roof that is flush with the ground. And underneath is smaller than what is above, right? That's what we're told. So, if somehow, some way, water does get into the pyramid, well look what it does. It goes down into these drains. It leads back to what? Dry soil to suck it all up. Look at the line of what would be dry underneath. These motherfuckers was hella smart. Hella smart. Tornadoes. Tornadoes are devastating. Tornadoes destroy absolutely everything in their path. Your house would not get destroyed if you lived in a pyramid. It's aerodynamic. It's wind resistant. Ain't nothing moving this fucking thing. Not to mention, imagine living in a house that couldn't catch on fire and burn down. Voila, pyramid. What if it was built out of fear of something? You know, a lot of people today, they're like, how the hell did they build that so fast? I don't understand. This one took millions of years. Yeah, based on how we live now, it would have took millions of years. Motherfuckers still put roofs on houses, and then the roof leaks 2 days after the roof got put on. What if fear was the reason this thing got built, and it's so insane how it is? What if this was a shelter for something that was coming down to fucking do something? I mean, hey, I don't know. You don't know. Motherfucker, show me a picture of the moon. Exactly. But check it. If it was a shelter for people trying to escape something out of fear, what would be the only way to kill these motherfuckers? To flood it out. Yeah, I know, dude. I know. The Bible, which would explain all the sand. Just saying. Now, the second thing. What if the pyramid itself is a hieroglyph? For real. Think about it. What do they say life is? Oh, life, society is a pyramid scheme. What if it's a pyramid field? What if you have to understand the outside of the pyramid to understand the inside? What if the pyramids are symbolism of a life riddle? And once you figure it out, maybe you could read the inside of the pyramid. Now, think about the term pyramid scheme and think of the pyramids at the same time. Now, I'm going to read you the definition of scheme. Scheme, in a noun form, is a large-scale systematic plan or arrangement for attaining a particular object or putting a particular idea into effect. Second definition of scheme is an informal definition, and it is a public housing complex. Verb form, to make plans, especially in devious way or with intent to do something illegal or wrong. Is this why your ass got flooded out, cuz? It is. But anyway, back to what we were saying. So, check it. Alright. So, the pyramids in the world that everybody goes to. Everyone takes pictures of them and looks at them. Do they actually look at the scheme of what it is? So, what I'm saying is, alright, you got this big ass motherfucking pyramid, right? Oh, now you're not allowed to climb on it or do nothing like that. You'll go to damn jail. Now, you got all these people down here all taking pictures and fucking, you know, looking at it for a second, taking pictures, and then going into a little hole to go look at all the other shit, right? And then they leave, and then they have fun, and then they forget about the pyramids, what it actually looks like, and all that shit, because they're finna go have a good time and drink margaritas or some shit like that. Alright, well, the pyramid is built in layers, right? everyone who is here to visit the pyramid, at one point or another, all looks here. They all look at the top, the point. You know how they always say, yeah, the capstones on the pyramids are missing. That means all these people at the bottom are looking towards the top and don't even realize they're missing the point. The point is not there. Figure of speech, figure of speech. They don't get the point. Now look, the devil was the angel of music. Does this song ring a bell to you? All in all, with just another brick in the wall. Was he talking about an actual wall, or was it a figure of speech? Was he talking about a wall-in mentality? Kind of like the pyramid. You know how they say, it's lonely at the top. It's not lonely at the bottom. What do you know? I think the layers represent your consciousness. There are, in fact, more people on this level than there is these levels. The higher you go, the less people are on that level of thinking. So if they don't know where the capstone was or where the capstone is, that means, who's to say there was ever a point to this pyramid? What if the point is, there is no point on judgment, which is why they say you shouldn't judge people. But the best thing you can do for yourself is what? Judge you internally. So now that you understand the outside doesn't matter, you can go inside and navigate yourself inside the pyramid and understand it better than you could before. You ever heard the figure of speech? There's a fire in my belly, or you must find the fire within. There's plenty of fire-related lines like that along history. But what I'm saying is, what do we associate fire with? Who is a holder of fire? The devil. Okay, so bad stuff. Alright. Well, this is called the pyramid. Pyro, mid, the mid-flame, the fire inside. But think about it. Fire is only dangerous when it's out of control, when it's out of the mid-area. If you're lost in the woods and it's cold outside, you can make a fire. If you control it, you stay warm and sleep good. If it gets out of control, it burns everything down. Now, if we're talking about metaphorically, the fire inside of you as a person on this earth, and you're looking at this, the point is to control yourself and every part of yourself, for self and for others. Because I guess in a sense the pyramid is saying, be a tamer of flames and not a starter of fires. Maybe there were too many starters of fires. Somebody just put all the fire out.
Wow. Okay, church. Damn. That, what he said made a lot of sense to me. Like, a lot of sense. Holy crap. I'm sorry. My brain, it's just like short-circuiting, so to speak, because just, wow. A lot of what he just said made sense to me. It really did. From the house to understanding the outside to understand the inside. Like that, wow. Good video, church. Good video. Really good video. Well, if you guys like this reaction, please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.